James' New Year resolutions. The last day of the year was finally here. James sat by the window. He watched the snow fall. The world was quiet. The streets were filled with lights. People were laughing and celebrating. But James was alone. He didn't feel like celebrating. James looked out at the world. Everyone was happy. But he wasn't. What am I doing with my life? He thought. It was the last day of the year. The new year was coming. James wanted to change. He wanted to be better. He wanted to do something new. His mother came in. She had a warm tray of cookies. "Why are you sitting here alone?" she asked. "It's New Year's Eve. Come join us." "I don't know," James said. "I'm thinking about something." His mother smiled. "What are you thinking about?" she asked. James looked out the window. "I'm thinking about the new year," he said. "What can I do to make it better?" His mother sat next to him. "The new year is special," she said. "It's a chance to start fresh. You can make new plans. You can set new goals." James looked confused. "What do you mean by goals?" "Goals are things you want to do," his mother explained. "They are things you want to improve. You can make your life better by working on your goals." James thought. "I want to learn more words," he said. "I want to be better at English." His mother smiled. "That's a great goal. Write it down. It's important to write your goals." James grabbed a notebook. He wrote, "I will learn one new word every day." The next day, James woke up early. The sun was shining. The sky was blue. It was the first day of the new year. James felt happy. He was ready to work on his goal. At breakfast, his mother smiled at him. "How do you feel about your goal?" she asked. "I feel excited," James said. "I can do this." He went to school. He couldn't wait to tell his friends. When he arrived, he saw his friend Harry. "Happy New Year," James said. "Happy New Year," Harry replied. James smiled. "I made a goal for this year," he said. "I want to learn one new word every day." "That's a great idea," Harry said. "I'll make my goal too. I want to exercise more this year." Morgan, another friend, walked over. "What are you guys talking about?" she asked. "We are talking about New Year's goals," James said. "I want to learn new words." "I want to read more books," Morgan said. "Great," James said. "Let's all keep our goals. We can support each other." Later that day, James sat in class. Mrs. Clara, the teacher, smiled. "Today, we will talk about New Year's resolutions," she said. "Who wants to share their goals?" James raised his hand. "I want to learn one new word every day," he said. "That's a wonderful goal," Mrs. Clara said. "Keep working on it, James. You will learn so much." James smiled. He was happy. He knew he could do it. After school, James went home. He was excited to start. He took out his notebook. He wrote the date on the first page. He wrote his goal: "I will learn one new word every day." He thought for a moment. "What word should I learn today?" he wondered. He opened a dictionary. The first word he saw was happy. "Happy," he said aloud. "It means feeling good, feeling joyful." He wrote it in his notebook. He used the word in a sentence. "I feel happy today." James kept working on his goal every day. He learned new words. He wrote them down. He practiced using them. One day, Harry came to visit. "How's your goal going?" Harry asked. "It's going great," James said. "I have learned 15 new words so far." "That's awesome," Harry said. "I've been exercising more. I feel stronger." Morgan joined them. "I've been reading one book every week," she said. "It's been fun." James smiled. "I'm glad we are all keeping our goals." Days passed. James kept learning new words. He added more words to his notebook. He practiced using them in sentences. His English was getting better. He felt proud. One day, Mrs. Clara asked the class, "Who wants to share their progress?" James raised his hand. "I've learned 30 new words," he said. "I use them every day." "That's amazing," Mrs. Clara said. "You're doing a great job, James. Keep it up." James felt proud. He had worked hard. He had kept his promise. He was getting better at English. As the year went on, James continued to improve. He learned more and more words. He read books. He watched movies in English. He practiced speaking with his friends. He felt more confident. At the end of the year, James looked back. He had learned so many new words. He had kept his promise. He had reached his goal. He sat down with his mother. "I did it," he said. "I learned 365 new words this year." His mother smiled. "I knew you could do it. You worked hard. You kept your promise." James smiled back. He was proud of himself. "What should my goal be for next year?" he asked. "You can set a new goal," his mother said. "What do you want to do next?" James thought for a moment. "I want to help others learn English. I want to share what I learned." His mother hugged him. "That's a beautiful goal. You will help many people." James worked hard all year. He learned new words every day. By the end of the year, he felt proud of how far he had come. He had achieved his goal, and it made him more confident. Now, what about you? What's your goal for this year? Write it down. Work for it every day. You can do it. Now, it's time to practice some important words from the story. I will say the word, and you repeat with me. 1. Goal. Something you want to achieve or improve. 2. Resolution. A promise or goal for the new year. 3. Confident. Feeling sure about your abilities. 4. Progress. Moving forward or getting better. 5. Learn. To gain knowledge or skills. 6. Support. To help someone. 7. Exercise. Physical activity to stay healthy. 8. Practice. Doing something repeatedly to improve. 9. Promise. A commitment to do something. 10. Proud. Feeling good about something you did. After learning these words, use them in your own sentences. It will help you remember them. Now it's your turn. What story do you want in our next video? Write your idea in the comments. We may use it in a future video. Practice every day. Read, speak, and listen to English. Don't worry about mistakes. Keep going and you will improve. Thank you for watching today's story. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe to help us grow. We really appreciate your support. See you in the next video.